Going down, everybody? It's your man, Pro Diggy from the Chaos Crew, but you can call me Diggy if you like. And a lot of people have been asking me about, if am I going to do like a, best class setup or something like that for Titanfall. Unfortunately, the video that I released, I think it was the day before yesterday, where I talked about Titanfall coming out in a few days. Unfortunately, it was pushed back to, I believe, April the 8th. In the US and April the 11th in Europe and the UK and stuff like that or whatever. So I'm really sorry that you guys have to wait longer, but if they're not ready, it's better to wait than have them rush it and have it have problems or not work as well or not be as good or whatever. So it's definitely going to be worth the wait. It's a really good game, and you guys will be able to play it soon and find out for yourself. But anyway, so yeah, everybody was asking if I was going to, do like my favorite gun, my favorite class setups, things like that. So I decided that I would do that today, and let's just get right into it. We're going to go to pilot loadouts here, and this particular pilot is my favorite setup. I'm using the R101C carbine with the hollow sight and extended mags. Now, my favorite gun in the game for pilots is definitely the R101C. There are a lot of very good guns. The shotgun's good. The smart pistol is... let's not even get into that. The R97's pretty good. I'm not much into sniping, but the longbow's not too bad once you get used to it. The G2A4 is a semi-automatic. It's also very good if you've got good aim and a good trigger finger. The Hemlock is a 3-shot burst, which is also good. The Car SMG is good. Pretty much all the weapons are good. But just overall, the R101C is just my favorite. It works well in close quarters. It's got a pretty good hipfire spread. It works really, really well at long range, medium range. I can pick people off from really, really far distances. Whereas, like, with all the other ones, except for, maybe, like, the other assault rifles, they can also do that as well. But just overall, this gun encompasses, like, everything that I want out of a weapon. I can use it in close quarters, I can use it medium, I can use it long. It's got a good fire rate, very little recoil. It's just a really, really good, solid gun. So that's my favorite weapon. For anti-Titan, the Archer Heavy Rocket's really good. The only thing is that it takes a really long time to reload and all that stuff or whatever. The Sidewinder is more my favorite just because you can just kind of spam it. The mag launcher's okay. The charge rifle... I'm not really a big fan of the charge rifle. I had to do a challenge with it, and it's all right, but overall, the Sidewinder is definitely my favorite. Then you get into pistols here. I like the auto pistol just because you can just hold the trigger down and just melt people. This is also very good. The Wingman is very, very strong, but it shoots very, very slow. So I'm not really, like, too into it. The sidearm you don't really use very often, but I just use the auto pistol. That just happens to be my favorite. As far as tactical ability, I like cloak because I run around a lot, and a lot of times I'll need to cloak to just kind of like go invisible real quick and get out of dodge, get away from some Titans or whatever. Stim is also very good. I'm not really a fan of the active radar pulse thing. You can see people like it's almost like kind of through walls, but the thing is where you see them isn't where they're actually at, it's where they were. So you get like kind of an idea of where they're at, but there are times where like it kind of throws you off because you see the little skeleton outline and then you go to shoot over there and then there's nobody there. So I'm not really a fan of that. I prefer to use cloak. Sometimes I'll use stim, which gives you faster movement speed, and it will regenerate your health faster for a short period of time. So it's also good to get out of shitty situations, but I just prefer to use cloak. For the ordnance, there's only two that I really like. The satchel charge, which is kind of like C4. I definitely like to blow the shit out of everybody with these things. And then the arc grenade. The arc mine is kind of whatever. It's kind of more like a Betty-ish type thing. You just throw it, and then if somebody runs over it, it might kill them or hurt them or whatever. The frag grenades are kind of useless. They're not, it's not that they're useless, but the arc grenade and the satchel charge are definitely the two, and I switch off between them from time to time. As far as the tier 1 kit, I go with quick reload. I'm kind of a run and gunner, as most of you guys know. So I like to be able to reload really, really fast. The run and gun kit, not really into it because I don't use SMGs too much, but if you do use SMGs, this would be something good to use. The stealth kit, I don't really see a need for, specifically because there's so much noise going on. It's kind of hard to sound horn this game anyway. Don't mind that. My fucking Twitter just decided to say hi. But I just don't see any reason for the stealth kit. The power cell, it's okay, but once again, not like once you have the quick reload kit, this is just much more effective. Explosives pack is what I use until I have the quick reload kit. You just get one extra satchel or arc mine or arc grenade or frag or whatever, and I just use that just because it's fun. The enhanced parkour kit's not bad as well, so I'll use one of these two until I have the quick reload kit. But once I have that, I definitely use that. For my tier 2 kit, I always use the minion detector, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so this dome shield battery, it makes your shield of your Titan last longer after your Titan comes in. I don't really see a need for that, so it's kind of useless. The warp fall transmitter makes your Titan come in faster. I think it's like a 6 or 7 second delay when you call it in, and this cuts it, I think, in half, or it comes in much faster. Once in a while I'll use that, but it's only for certain challenges. Like if you have to drop a Titan on somebody or something like that for a challenge, then I'll do that, because then you can just kind of aim where your Titan drops in, and then it drops in faster, giving them less of a chance to get away. Dead Man's Trigger auto detonates all of your planted explosives. I don't plant explosives. Like when I throw my satchel charges, I blow them up right away, so I don't really see a use for this. The ice pick, you can hack specters faster and turret control panels and stuff, and I just don't see a big need for that. I do set off turrets and stuff sometimes. I very rarely hack specters. I just don't see a real need for it. And then the Guardian chip is your auto Titan has greater accuracy, which in theory is good, but usually when my Titan's on the map, I don't put them in auto Titan mode. I'm in my Titan running around raping shit. So I use the minion detector just so I can see where all the grunts and specters and stuff are, because a lot of times where they are is where the pilots are going to be as well. Excuse me, there we go. I had a little burp. But anyway, so wherever they are, a lot of times is where the pilots are going to be, or the pilots are going to be spawning. So this kind of gives me an idea of where the enemies are at, basically. So I like to use that. And as far as gender, I just go with the female because she's a little thinner. It's a little like harder to see maybe or whatever. So I just go with the female. And then as far as Titan loadouts go here, this is my favorite. I also have this one, which is pretty close to the same thing, but we'll go through this here. So I like to use the Strider with the chain gun, extended mags, electric smoke, rocket salvo, dash quick charger, and big punch. And I'll tell you why. So the tactical ability, the shield is not bad, the particle wall is not bad, but in this particular case, this is a quick kind of Titan, you know. So what I do is I kind of run up, like get real close to an enemy Titan, hit them with the smoke, start barraging them with rockets and bullets and stuff, and they don't know what's going on. They can't see anything, and the smoke is like breaking down their shields and their health and everything like that. So it's really fun to get in there and just fuck people up like that. And then I'll usually use the rocket salvo or the cluster missile, just because the salvo just shoots like a shit ton of rockets everywhere. So it's good for Titans and even against pilots and other things. The slave warheads have to be locked on to another Titan, so I don't really like that. I like to be able to shoot the rockets that I have kind of wherever I want, whenever I want. The cluster missile is also pretty good. It shoots one rocket and then it hits, does damage, and then there's all these little like grenades that come off of it and just start fucking blowing up and like just kind of showering that specific little area with a bunch of damage, and it'll kill pilots and specters and grunts, and it'll really hurt Titans and stuff. And I used to mess around with this multi-target missile system. It's okay, but I just prefer to use either A, the cluster missile, or B, the rocket salvo. And then as far as kits go, I'm using the dash quick charger for this particular kit, just because I need to get my dash charged up really quickly so I can keep dashing around the map. And then I've been using Big Punch. I used to use either Core Extender and then when I would have it unlocked, Core Accelerator. But Big Punch is really good because with this guy I can just fucking boost up to him real quick, or dash up to him real quick, and then just punch him, and I can do a lot of damage to their shield and to their actual health, and then I can dash back out of the way and hit them with some smoke and just do all kinds of cool stuff. So and it also throws them back. So I do like using the Big Punch. And then my other Titan here is basically the same thing, but it's an Atlas that has a little bit more health, but it's not quite as fast. And if there's a bunch of people using like ogres and stuff like that, then I'll probably pull out the Atlas because he has a little bit more health and I can survive a little bit longer. But essentially it's the same thing. The only thing that I would actually change on this is I'm going to go back to the Big Punch. But other than that, like I said, it's pretty much the same thing. And those are my two favorite Titans, and this is my favorite pilot loadout. I encourage you guys to try a bunch of different stuff, figure out what you like, what works well for you, things like that. But those are what I like to use unless I'm doing challenges where I have to use different things. This is my kind of go-to setup. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully it wasn't too long. And I will be streaming pretty soon here, so make sure you guys come hang out in the stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This has been your man, Pro Diggy, from the motherfucking Chaos Crew. But you can call me Diggy if you like. Don't forget, as always, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my sights.